there's all these different styles of professional wrestling, and there's lots of professional wrestling fans all over the world. And so WWE has a very entertainment-oriented style. AEW style is more sports-oriented, where there's a lot of hard hitting. You'll find the action in the ring. It's faster. It's more. You'll see more incredible moves, that sort of thing. And we still the basis is still characters and story, but the in-ring story, we do more in-ring storytelling, where WWE does more like movie style storytelling. So I mean, that's kind of the difference. But having two different companies allows wrestling fans to be like, oh, I prefer this, or I prefer this. And from a wrestler point of view, it's the best.
Yeah.
Because for 20 years, the WWE had a monopoly on wrestling, and that meant that they could control the wages and all that kind of stuff. Since AEW has started, wrestler pay has increased exponentially.
Yeah.
And so,
Another player.
yeah.
Who's some of the big names that have come across from WWE to AEW?
So Adam Copeland, who used to be Edge in WWE,
yes.
Chris Jericho, who is in WWE, is currently with AEW. John Moxley, who is Dean Ambrose, I was one of them, who was in WWE, who came over. Mercedes Moné, who's our TBS champion, she was in WWE, and she was Sasha Banks in WWE.
Yes.
And so,
Big Show.
Yeah. Big Show, Paul White, and so
just on that, so they own your name, because you mentioned that they were known as this, and now you as well. You
yes,
so they own your name.
Yeah, so I wrestled for 10 years before I went to WWE as the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and then WWE signed me, and then they want to own your name so they can merchandise it out, so they can do all these things, and they can own it. So they asked me for a list of 10 names.
Did they?
that I could potentially be, and I was so.
Meg
baffled.
Ryan, was Meg Ryan one?
No, but Buddy Peacock was one, and so was Lloyd Bonnier, which Lloyd with BON tilde over the NER, and those didn't go through.
No. What's your wrestling name, Brian? Tell him what.
Tripod.
Tripod.
Oh, the tripod.
The tripod. Is there one out there?
Not that I know of.
No,
not that I know of.
Now, what about the feuds we see? I know a lot of it is made up, but you and Triple H, is there been any dramas with you and him?
Like real life drama?
Yeah.
No,
nothing like that.
No.
Nothing in the background, like you all get along. Is it like a one big team when you're with
so
other wrestlers?
so sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. We've one of the issues becomes if the most profitable feud to do is with two guys who don't like each other and don't want to work with each other. That becomes a really difficult.
Legit.
Yeah, that happens, and it's a very difficult process. I've actually, because of the nature of my personality, that's never happened to me. And so, but it has happened in AEW. It's happened in WWE. It's happened a lot of places, and so yeah, it just becomes a thing where ideally you work through it, and sometimes you can't.
Okay.
Chatting with professional wrestler, AEW wrestler Bryan Danielson. Now, Brian, just on that, who were the biggest names that had a true feud, would you say, that our listeners may know, that it was absolutely real, the hatred?
Oh, gosh. I mean, that's hard because I might not know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the biggest, obviously wrestling as far as big name stuff, you're thinking of like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. And I think they got along, but they did have a rivalry because this is one of the things. Even though it's not a rivalry in the sense of like a rugby rivalry may be, there's still a rivalry as far as like, okay, who should be the top guy?
Egos.
Who sells the most T-shirts?
Yeah.
Who should get more TV time? Who should get more promo time? Who should get all of these things? And so sometimes that happens amongst top guys. I am typically not part of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, you don't strike me. What about the McMahon documentary that you were talking, Sugar was talking about? Did that have any damage on wrestling over in America when it all came out?
So no.
No.
And I mean, right now, wrestling, I mean, it's tapered off a little bit the last maybe 4 or 5 months, I would say. But even still, right now, wrestling's as hot as it's been in years in the United States. And that's with, I'm not sure how it's working over here, but the decline in cable, which is wrestling's always been on cable TV, right? There's a huge decline in cable and people going over to streaming and stuff like that. And so that's heard a lot of things or whatever, wrestling has thrived.
Okay.